Hello, happy Hoarder here, and I guess been live a couple of seconds now. So today I'm working in my studio, and I'm also trying to learn more about how to use this OBS studio. It looks like it's a lot of fun and all that, but I want a big screen, and for some reason I'm just taking a small screen. I don't know what's happening. Try one more time. Let's see what happens. Oh, I am big screen now. That's for sure. Okay, I don't need to see myself that big, but we will just go check me out on Facebook. That's usually I'm sorry, what am I on? YouTube. It's going to be a day, I can tell. So it's really hot and humid in Louisiana. How unlike Louisiana to be absolutely miserable, but it is. And I am seeing my stream is working. Is my stream working too much? It goes well, whether it doesn't, and we are watching commercials. This is going to be more of a vlog. It's like, me just sitting in my studio working. And so I know I'm up and running now, and I'm full screen, which is always good to see. All right, so long story. I may want to switch this around. Let's see. We'll try. Just trying stuff. Technology. I'm the artist, not the technology person. I'm going to kind of watch myself somewhere halfway in between what's going on, what you're seeing, and what I'm seeing. So I'm in my studio, and my air conditioner has to run or I will die, because like I said, hot and humid here in the state of Louisiana. One of the things I was working on a lot of projects for DIY videos and things like that, and I have been busy, but most of that was kind of big stuff that I was doing outside. Now I get to kind of move back in and enjoy the great indoors again. And I was cleaning up my studio, and I've been looking for big jars. Turns out I had a big jar. So I have a really cool big jar, and it was so nasty. This was my dirty water jar, and how I clarify jars. When I'm doing brushes, it's like I always encourage my art students who knew that this was going to be a thing, that I would have to tell people to do this, but get a lot of water jars in front of you. Have water in front of you, because you're going to have like your dark colors you're painting with, and those brushes are going to be really dark, and they're going to mess up your cleaner brushes. You know what I'm saying? You got to have like the dark color and your light color rinses, and then the really dirty water. And so you just have all these like jars of water. That's how I like to do it. So this was one of my bigger jars. And over the years, it was so nasty. And because it would constantly have like, I'd leave it sitting out, and the paint would dry at the bottom, and it would be gunky and gross. So I just loved it, because it's actually now it's really etched. So see how it's just bad looking? I went, oh my gosh, God, put a dead fairy in that. And most of my dead fairies are spoken for, as far as what they're doing. But I thought it was time to make another dead fairy, because we just cannot have enough dead fairies. You've got to have a lot of them. So I came out to my studio, which had turned into that place where when you come out here, you kind of throw things down again and run, and hope it doesn't catch up with you. Oh, my other thing was, it has this nasty lid. Oh, where's my lid? My lid is so rusty and nasty that I had that. And I had this really old, I don't say it's old, but it's a piece of burlap. Thinking about the burlap top, but I also have somewhere in just, things that I have screen. And I was thinking about maybe putting screen. So if you check in and you have an idea what I should use, screen or burlap, let me know. I would like your opinion on this next thing. But when I sat down to work, I had dumped some beads out from another project, and they're all over my workspace. And so I'm dealing with that, and I'm dealing with some other like weird things that are sitting in my work area. And I thought I was going to have time to get all this done, but no, because I got busy on other things, and they took up all my time. So there's that. Hey, Edwin, I'm so glad you joined me. Working in the studio today. Got some things going on. So I have been busy. Hey, did you get your package in the mail? I see a smile. Is that a good smile? Or am I too late? Oh, hey. So beads everywhere, just everywhere. So this is why I store my beads in, by the way. These are random beads. I stick them in this little thing. So what I'm hoping to do is sometimes I'm just in here by myself and it gets kind of lonely. And sometimes it'd be fun to have somebody to talk to. And it's just, you know, looking for something, just one to sit and talk to. But I do want to show my, I don't know if you were, I never know when people like sign in. So I'm going to go back up on you, Edwin, on if you saw my jar or not. So hang on. I'm still trying to get the beads out of my glue area. Oh, my jar. So anyway, I found this jar. And I have some old screen. I'm going to put a fairy in this one, you know. So I want to put either a screen on top or this old burlap that I just had, or that on top, to make it look like, you know, we're going to try to let these breathe. I want it to look like a bug catching device. Yeah, I didn't realize what a mess I had left myself the other day when I was working on, this is actually from the pirate, making my little pirate lady. So, oh, thank you so much. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I really enjoyed doing him. He's a lot of fun. Okay, guys, please. It's not even worth saving, but it's just in my way. Too much stuff. I know why artists, this is my confession, this is why it's called my Confessions of a Crafter, because now I know why artists who are really famous, they have assistants to do all this part so that their brain isn't being wasted on the housework part of being an artist. That's killer. That is a killer thing. I cannot believe I'm trying to pick up bees I probably have a million of somewhere else. I just don't like wasting stuff. It's the hoarder in me. Well, truth be known, no makeup, because this has been outside hot and sweaty, because this is what we do. And also, let me know, hey, New England Thrift, I'm so glad you're here. That is great. So I was outside, hot, humid, muggy, no makeup, horrible lighting. This is real life stuff here. I do have my other light, but it leaves that thing on my glasses, so I just can't use it. It makes me look so much nicer when I have the other light on me, but I'll have to suffer. This is what the nails of an artist look like. They're beat up so bad. I want my fingers too. Nasty little fingers. It's hard work. Nobody tells you that part of it. So I'm watching all these videos of crafters, and they're so much fun, and I love it. And they've got the makeup on, and they have this nice little clean work area, and they're doing all this stuff, and I'm going, wow, I'm just not that person. My place is a mess. I actually started with a clean table, put a white paper over it. It's not that way anymore. So when I was making all my fairies on that other video, I did not have the color yellow. I left the color yellow at the Dollar Tree for other people to enjoy, but nobody bought them. And I said, oh yeah, they're mine now, because I needed them. I had enough skeletons that I needed these. So that was kind of funny. Sorry, I just made it really hard for people in Ruston to make a dead fairy. So what I do, if you, I don't know, I know you're really gonna, Helen, you're Helen, right? You're really gonna want to do this. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that. Thank you. Anyway, if y'all can hear my air conditioner, if it's really loud, let me know and I'll turn it up at least. You have to pull the little guys out, the wings out. And I do say, I say my antennaes. And I save my clippy things. And these clippy things have actually come in pretty handy. So, they're my little alligator clips. I'm going to hang on to those. The thing I meant to get before I came out here was water. And I didn't. Yeah, that's water. So, I'm so, I'm such a hoarder. Yes, good job. So, oh, that's right. You are, oh, that is right. You were supposed to. Oh, you were posted on, you have community page yet? Or are you still... You're still under 1,000, right? We're trying to get you up there, Helen. We're working on it. So I look at these things and I think of a million things I could do with these. It is so hard for me to throw something like this away. Don't ask. I don't know what's wrong with me. I need therapy. This is like, but the things, it's shape and it's weird and it's glittery. Yeah, I probably won't throw it away. I probably throw it away and I'll get it out of the trash later. Oh, just don't put it in the trash. So these are so easy peasy though. I do love these guys. They're so much fun. But I do watch the guy who makes the amazing ones, and I learned a lot from him. But that's some pretty high class stuff. And I am having fun with these little fake wings. There's no stress. It's all fun. If I was trying to make the real wings, I think I would get a little stressed out trying to get things to work. Speaking of stress, I have had more things go wrong with any project I've touched lately. Something has just not gone the way I thought it would go. And I know that's how you learn. Boy, I have a PhD right now in just stupid stuff going wrong. Amazing. Yep. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get Edwin to do anything. Your videos authentic, not magazine style. Well, thank you for that. Although I really did enjoy, I'm gonna have to brag on my own video. I enjoyed making the pirate one so much. I made another video very similar, very chaotic like that, because I think it fits. Now, some of them I think I overdid when I started learning how to do it, but I'm going to kind of back off from all that. But I made another one, and I just like, oh my gosh, that is so much fun. But that was a fun video, and I think it came out pretty darn clever for that particular doll. Now, I do need to probably go back and make a better video to really show people how she's made and talk about her. I do love that pirate though. She was fun. I'm gonna make her a little chest. I was gonna incorporate her into that, fix up her little chest, and he's done. Look, I did. I know all the yellow looks kind of sweet because he's such a light color anyway. Look at that. You are so fun. I'm gonna put your things on your head. So easy peasy. Why isn't everybody making one of these? Oh, I don't know. They're fun. But the real trick is whether or not it's going to fit in the jar, and boy, you get that antenna set before you dry. Antennas are wanting to do their own thing down here. Don't tangle up on each other. Yes, I'm trying to think. Most of my greenery, of course, is put away. I hope this thing fits down in the jar. But I have learned in the jars, you do have to kind of shove them in there. You saw the wings. Good. Okay, I'm glad that some people still have wings because that's a spring item. And once they're gone, you know they're gone. But that's good to know. That's really good. Yeah, that was one of my things. Are they even still out there? Because they're definitely not here. Nope. Get those things going. I think you need another hit of stuff on you. Let me put some hair on this one later. But the big question is how it's going to fit inside the jar in a way that's pathetic. I've overbent the legs. I forgot to do that before I started gluing wings on. I don't have my hot heat gun today. I have my cheap one. So let me see if it's going to work. That hot one, man, it will just flat take off. So as I'm learning how to use this OBS software, I watched a bunch of videos. It's so complicated. There's so many cool things I can do with it. Right now, I'm just trying to get a live stream going. If I could just do that, I will be happy without incident. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. I'd spray it black and bronze and kind of shred it to make holes in the, oh, you know what? Edwin, I never thought about tearing the wings up. Thank you. I am so gonna, okay, yeah, this may be the one y'all build because that's a good idea. That is an excellent idea. Right now, what do I have in front of me? I got some paint. I don't have water. Maybe breaks. I've got to go get stuff. I have my charcoals and stuff here. I was thinking about just charcoaling it to see how it worked, but that'll work. I just want to see what charcoal did because I haven't really done that with it. I love working with the charcoal. I find more uses for charcoal. Yeah, so what I did, is I just put, this glow's not as hot, this gun. It's one of these little cheapies, it's handier to have like hanging over here. I love the little bent knees. But they bend pretty easily. But you see, you get the white stress. And that's why I always come back, touch up that knee. Let's see what you got. That reminds me. I ate and I didn't brush my teeth. I like to brush my teeth before I do this, and I didn't do it today. I feel like weird. I feel like I'm on a date and I didn't brush my teeth. It's gross. Okay, so yeah, I have some of these babies right here. And I have seen so many fun things. So many. One of the things, I can make them look burned. Definitely decaying, but I am going to do I'm going to rip up some holes. So this, and we'll go from there. So just kind of play with it. So these things, and we're just not hard. It's kind of hard to be here on the black. They are doing so many cute things. I've got, whoa, where are you in the picture? 3 of these. And I want them to be holding something. And what I wouldn't give for, and I know I have like my, and I'm almost wanting to hold the big pump, you know, the ones that they carry with the little strap. I think it's even, I got it. It was an older one to begin with for my first second. I hate to use it, but they're holding things. I think it'd be so cute if these were holding up that pumpkin and then paint it, but really do something cool with the actual jack-o'-lantern thing that you carry. All right, just some things I'm thinking about. Another project. So it's kind of sad. I wanted to participate in somebody's channel. I think it's Crafting with Mimi or somebody. Hey, Helen, who do you like to follow? Who's some of your favorite like art crafters? Because do you do any crafting? I know you do mostly like I do, like to just go shopping and buy stuff, which I'm dying because I cannot wait for this month to be over. I can get back to shopping, but I have done a lot. I've also, I don't know if I should brag about this. I lost like 5 pounds and kept it off this month because I'm just not, by not stress shopping, I actually, in finding other things to focus on, I kind of stopped stress eating. And that was good because I needed to do that. That's my other fallback. But yeah, I'm in a lot of pain. It's not fun at all. So I'm gonna try to make his feet real straighten out. So I have a basket of just Halloweeny kind of stuff to do. So many crafts, so many things I could be doing. Yeah, that would kind of get you in there better. All right. Oh, wow. Why don't I have a lighter in my studio? I never needed a lighter in my studio, but here we go. Man, I got the X-Acto knife though. These are shredding some wings. Oh. Kind of keeping it on that. Don't pull off. I know I did. I have to glue it back now. This would have been good for the one that had the leg that was, the foot that was already missing anyway. It could have been. It's already decomposing. All right, let's see what we can do with this. I guess we can twist it around. But, oh my gosh, can y'all, give me something dark. Here's my phone. Y'all see how cool? Oh, that is going to look cool. That is going to look good. By doing that little twisty thing and getting it all gnarled up. I'm going to do a before and after on these wings. Another hole. Oh, it is a hole. Oh, it's a bigger hole. So, yeah, I had a rough night last night because just been working outside and sweating. I guess that's painful. Just working too hard physically, and I paid for it last night. So, yeah. So I did find a big set of wings. I kind of wanted to put on one of these fairies, these bigger fairies, and it fits perfectly. Where did I put those wings? So somewhere over there. I guess you can't overdo this because I almost ripped it, but I was like, hey, I guess that doesn't matter, does it? It would be part of the plan. All right, yeah. I think it needs more. I'm going to glue this part right here. Let's see, can y'all see the tears? Yeah, I think some deep, get in there. Commit. Make that hole a little bigger. Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you recommended this. That is just never thought about it. So pristine, you know, I think that'd be perfect. Nope, it needs ripping. That's perfect. So I'm working on a sign that I had brought up. I'm actually repainting that sign that I brought up in my other live feed. And I was doing lettering And this is supposed to look really rough. You know, it's just really junky looking anyway. And I get on there thinking I'm going to paint really junky. And then I get obsessed. I try to do it neat. And then I realize, wow, you're spending hours lettering when I haven't done any lettering in years. I hate lettering stuff. And so I was like, I had to give it up. But that's actually hard for me. It's hard. Sometimes making something look rough is harder than making it look nice, because you can't give it up. You just can't give up that niceness. Okay, we got that one. So I'm going to try the, I need like a wide angle so you can see all the junk on my table. I'm trying the charcoal this time. Let's see if it does anything. The reason I wanted to try charcoal, I should mention, I did not like the way paint will fill in the netting, you know, of the little wings. And when it does that, it doesn't, they don't look as, what's my word, ethereal. Yeah, ethereal. They don't look wingy. They look like they're very solid when you do it that way. Well, I got black on that part. Now it's kind of interesting. Colors, colors, colors. I need more color. My best. I got these. Oh, my Rembrandts. Oh, I hate to use the good ones. Those are too precious. I don't know. Rembrandts are pretty good, but they're just the basic pack. I don't have many, but I have a bunch of these. Oh, what brand? In case anyone asks, Artist Loft. $2.25 Rolling Hills. I don't know how much that costs normally, but that's what I get. Oh my gosh. Rolling Hills. Yes, my red is broken. I'll get over it. I can handle that. But yeah, I haven't used this bunch. I don't know the quality of these, but oh, it's going down now. All right, we're about done with the wing. Hang on. That brown's really coming off on this. Let's see what I can do. I don't know. I'm not getting the darkness that I want. I really got to have a backdrop for this, don't I? Come here, towels. It's going to be you. It doesn't, y'all see the difference? Yeah, those projects are therapeutic. Yes, sometimes they're stressful, but it's not good therapy. But I will say that, I'm going to get back to that, and participating in the challenge is going to, oh, Edwin, oh my gosh, the chair, you said to paint it red, right? I think you did. Cause see, I forgot, I know I hit the button that said record everybody's comments. Oh, that reminds me, I should have been checking that to see if that was working on Facebook. Showing up right here. Anyway, so that was disappointing when I realized it didn't work. I did stain it, and then I painted the chair red. And we had the color of my barn it was red barn. So we used that color red, which is a really pretty warm red. I know red is a warm color, just so we're clear. I know it's a warm color, but bluer reds are, you know, on the cooler side because they have more blue in them to make it more of a purpley kind of red. You know what I'm saying? So when I say it's a warmer red, yeah, it's red anyway. Yeah, so I could spray it and maybe it'll intensify, maybe. But I only did one side. Let me do the other side and see if that helps. Come here, dude. But I do love fairies. Am I great? It was, oh, you know what I should have done with this? I probably should have sprayed this, the things you learn. And that is one of the things. So we're talking about doing challenges and therapy and all the stuff you learn. And it's very hard to video yourself while you're doing this stuff, because I will get so focused on what I'm doing, I don't realize that my Canon, which is a timer on it, will go off like after, I don't know, 5 minutes if you haven't touched it. So I will forget to go check it, you know, and I'll look up and I'll go, oh, it's not videoing. But you make mistakes. I mean, I am not following directions. I am building art. I am building my craft. So I make a lot of mistakes like this. I just thought, I bet had I sprayed this with Mr. Super Clear first, it would have given this finish like a tooth to it. But then again, it could clog up my, So the things you have to work out. But that may be a solution had I sprayed it with Mr. Super Clear Matte first, lightly, so that it didn't clog it all up. I may have gotten a better stick, because right now it's, it is kind of flaky and falling off. And that's why I didn't want to paint, because if it's watered down, doesn't really want to stick, and if it's too thick, it gets in everything. Like my hot glue right there, where I had to glue that wing back. But yeah, I can see, I do love the rips. The rips, wide that up some more. Oh my gosh, it's like, oh my goodness. I am trying to get up close. I need something blocking so y'all can see. My shirt's not good enough. That's a thing, that's something to think about next time I wear a shirt that is a solid dark color so you can see. All right, charcoal paint matte. Probably come back with make the wings are part of the fairy's skeletal body. You can always try and see if you can make the wings. How the chair and okay. On the I don't know if I did a really good close-up on my other video. I love these skeletons because they have shoulder blades. And I think that, well, of course, they're skeletons, but that is perfect because the way they're built, that spine sticks out away from those shoulder blades, and you can tuck the wings, and it looks like those are their wings. But I am fixing to get dirty because I got a plan. I have black paint down here somewhere. You add some water. That's why you need your lovely assistant. All right, paintbrushes. Had like a really funny bit of advice. What was it about? Oh, I was cleaning. Okay, keeping myself busy. One of the weird things that I did was cleaning out my junk drawer and cleaning out my toolbox in the house, which probably never been cleaned out in years. But my getting all involved in that kind of crazy stuff. I was working, this is my advice of the day. I was putting batteries in those little tea lights, those little battery operated tea lights. And I lost the screw. I couldn't find it. So my advice, and we did find it. My husband had to come help me look because I was like, dude, I cannot find this thing anywhere. So when you're doing it in front of you, put it in a lid, put it in something when you take it out so you can find it. Those little screws are a booger. My good advice of the day was don't just set your screw on the counter. It got lost in all the, I have a granite top, that kind of thing. So it's a mess. Okay, so he's getting really nice and dark. One thing about painting, I'm just sticking closer to the tears and not getting in the whole body. And I'm kind of getting, see what it does? It kind of blocks. Do that. I can always get my hands in there. Oh my goodness, you're so sad looking. Yeah, I've been missing my little dolls and working on them. And they're all sitting out here like, when you can play with us again? And I have some great ideas for these upcoming doll things, the doll challenges, and I love those things. They're just too much fun. Too much fun. Those are especially tiny screws. So anytime my husband and I were ever doing a project, like putting up a fan, I don't care what it was, screws. We drop screws all the time, just always. That is guaranteed you are going to drop. Not just one. I could distress all day on things like this. And that's another thing. I get so dirty. This is me when I paint. But it's just the way it is. You just got to commit. You got to get in there. Yeah, I kind of tore that off his stem. I got to glue you back. Yeah, I'm digging this wing. It's so much cooler in real life. I don't think you're really getting the beautifulfulness of it from, oh, I've got it. Let me glue my wing back on. The stand. I have a trick for this too. You stick the wire down the glue stick, down the gun, and then you drag it back out and it puts just enough glue on it. These are important things you need to know as a crafter. Millions of ways to use your glue gun. And I did it again. Especially if you like repairing silk flowers and stuff like that. Yeah, the problem with smudging, just what I just did is I pulled it off. So yeah, I gave a little bit of that. I have all my colors here. I have my bronze handy that I love using this, and I love my red on outside that I don't have because I was just using it outside. I think the black with this bronzy gold, this is just gold. I think this comes out. Oh, I better get you back or you want to paint on you. Comes out so cool when it's mixed, because I was looking at the pictures of the mummies, and that's kind of where I got the idea to mix it with the black to get that look of what a mummy looks like. They kind of get this really kind of goldy color to them. Just makes them really cool anyway. Yeah, but see, paint's always doing that stuff. Making it too solid. Give you some glow, man. You need a glow. Look at that. Oh, you're so pretty. Your little gold on you. I didn't get this big of a mess the last time. So what have you been doing, Edwin? Anything fun? Oh, yeah. So what I did is I just globbed on some black, and then I'm coming back with the gold and just globbing it all on that face. I'm kind of doing, I was going to do a half and half, but I just realized I just painted his whole face. Sorry. You're getting the whole do. But the wing, I'm going to leave the before and after wing for now. Yeah, by starting with a base of paint, it does really kind of help. Did we lose you, Helen, or are you just doing something and not responding? Because I do that. I am such a lurker. I will turn on, get on there, but then I'll be busy. I'll be doing something else and just be listening to everybody else talking. It's kind of fun that way, too. So if she left us. Do you know, I have green glow in the dark paint kind of stuff. I have it. I'm just trying to think of where it is, but it may be old and dried up because I haven't used it in a while. I really wonder where I put that. It's one of those things, I have stuff that's weird I'll keep separate, or it'll get lost. Oh, I forgot to do your arms, man. Now I've got to go back and go your arms. I do something creative with these arms. It's bending pretty good without my help. This one's always a hard one. Elbows are hard to bend. I still have gold paint. But yeah, that is a good question. Where is my paint? Because I have like a little stashes here and there, like metallics go one place. I have no idea where I would put glow. I have like chalk paint behind me because it's the only thing of chalk paint. I have no idea where I put that stuff. That would be really cute on one. Oh, your arm is not bending. I think the arm is thicker than the knee. It's more complicated. Yeah, it's just not wanting to bend on me. So I'm thinking of doing a bit. Are you really? Oh my gosh. You know what? You're getting some fans here. You're already starting to build a reputation hanging out with me. So you should do a video. I wish I had watched more people prior to making my first videos in the thought of what kind of video I'd want to make, because if you're going to put that kind of time and effort, it's good to find people. If you go back and watch people in their first videos and how much they've changed. This one's kind of slipping me backwards again. Bad lighting, yeah, probably bad audio. Lots to show. Yeah, I would definitely love for you to take us on a tour. I really would. So one thing I thought about, because I do have a big stash, we're just gonna call. You know what we can do, Edwin? I'm just gonna send you a link if you want to go live sometime with me like this, because this is something I'm gonna start doing a lot more often. Is because sometimes I just don't want to sit here all by myself, and I'm doing something kind of cool, thinking people may want to see it. I got a lot of watchers after the fact. So if we're seeing recorded, see how much you actually struggle. You see the fast forward version, you think this took me like 15 minutes to make. It doesn't. But if you wanted to do like a live, connect, we could split this and both be doing this. But I have a lot, just a lot of my little artwork pieces that are just stashed away, and haven't been using them. But they deserve to be brought out and shown off. No, they need to be. I should show them how people would go to a sale, and just pass up a lot of stuff because they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter, whatever, you know what I mean. They're just not gonna buy art because doesn't go with their color scheme at the time. But there's funny, you can mark weird little pieces of art into your decor. That's why I like to layer stuff when I decorate. I'm gonna get as much stuff out as I can. One of my things is above one of my best displays is above my door in my studio. It's just where things go to, I guess, die. I don't know. They kind of stay there a long time. But it's just such an interesting, eclectic bunch of weird stuff, and I love it. Yeah, break it down into, room by room or something like that, or doing, well, what I was thinking of doing, because I'm kind of in the whole vignette thing. I love to do like just a vignette that featured a couple of your pieces that you like, and just talk about those, but keep them shorter at the beginning, and then just see if you like sitting there editing a bunch of stuff. That's the other. If I had a lovely assistant to do my editing, I would have much more fun. All right, so I don't know why you did that hand that way. You had a plan, Jerry. What was the plan? What was that plan? With this arm. Kind of wanted the hand going outwards. I forgot to bend it inwards. Twisting these poor little hands all out of whack. So what I really didn't talk about in my video was this stuff right here. It was the trick that I learned from that other artist. I don't have a hairdryer. But what he had done is he took this is shrink wrap, but it's the shrink wrap you use on the window film. It's a Duck, I think, makes it. It's a window, like weatherproofs your house or whatever. Winterizes. I'm not really computer. Well, hi, Deborah Faircloth. What are you doing, my little Debbie? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. That is awesome. But what the guy had done is he had just taken this stuff and he just wrapped it around, and then he hid it. He had his with the not a hairdryer, the heat gun. And I was like, man, you'll melt that plastic to pieces. So you do this shrink wrap and it sucks it back up to the bone, and it makes it look like the decaying skin, which is I really like. Annie Jones, thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate that. You are awesome. In fact, I want to just go ahead. One thing I wanted to talk about was people that you like to follow, when people start popping in. And you are definitely one of my favorite people, because I think you do so many amazing things. You do art. We were in a previous live thing I did, like, what's the difference between an art and a craft? You are definitely an artist, and it is amazing. And I see the work you put into your work. So I am so grateful that you have joined me, because I love what you do. So this is kind of my before and after. So Edwin and his brilliant ideas. Why this is the stuff I never think of this, and this is why you watch people. So, Annie, what I have done recently, it's on a video, I have footage, I got to put it on something. I was just thinking about all that dark academia stuff. I have all this amazing stuff to do that with, and I just love the stuff you make. That I love that whole look. And I was going to ask, I was going to send you a message because I'm looking for something. I thought it was your video. But did you do a video last year at October with skeletons, like your dining room or something? Didn't you do like a tour of your house? And And if you, oh, Jay calls you, oh, hey, Jay Dolls UK. Thank you, Jay, for coming in. Just popping in. I got you, girl. I hear you. So, anyway, Edwin had a wonderful idea to get in here and rip these wings up, and they are amazing. So, I was wondering, thank you. I got a chance to say something. I appreciate you listening in because I will talk forever. So yeah, that is looking cool. That is just, I guess, to get something behind here so it shows up. But the biggest thing I got after I did, oh, that wing is amazing. I love this wing. That is just the thing to do. So regroup on making your dead fairies. You must take them all, get them all in, rip their wings up. Yes, skeleton hands. Oh, you did skeleton hands and fairies. Did you do some of these? Did you do these last year? I love these things. Oh, but I was also, you had them where they're frozen and they're like holding stuff. I'm totally making one of these things. And No Shop September, these are from like 3 years ago. Or these are old, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah. So those things. I'm going to see how he's going to fit down in the new jar. The new old jar. But I did, but by the way, I'm here. So while digging up stuff, I did find this really old nasty one. I'm a little worried about this one. I think it's going to be deep enough. Oh, you know, he needs to go in this. Or she, whatever I make it. Hang on a second. Okay, look in the jar. Get in the jar. How that? I just hate those wings not showing up. And I think they're going to get kind of hidden. Which way are you going to face? I guess the ball. I like the ball showing in the front. Get the lid off. Yeah, I love them in the jar. I love this jar. It's so, he's just poking in. He's so pitiful. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm worried that my wings really aren't going to show up enough in this, the shredded wings. Because see, it's really distorted. And then you got all the, and those wings are just too awesome. I mean, I would, if I was doing all of them that way, he may have to go in his own little box. Let's see, I get these wings. Get your hands. I want to do, well, I have one that's the real mummified one, and maybe I'll do that with him since I'm ripping him up anyway, like that. Oh, you are not wanting to fit. You are so lit. You know what, though? I take that back. And once I start tearing up those wings, you have got to get a background on this segment. He's something really strong. Yeah, that's going to have the glare. All right. Is the black, oh, yeah, wing's not even showing up, but look at that wing. Yeah, and once I shred the wings, I think they show up better anyway. I mean, and they're smaller because it kind of shrinks them up a little bit. So I can pull this wing up. I can make these wings fit, especially with the knees bent. Oh, yeah, so now. Anyway, this thing is so nasty. It was out in my storage. Just gross. I have so much stuff. But anyway, I want to thank, yeah, so a skeleton, but not the wings. It's amazing. Oh, thank you. Okay, so I got these wings. And I got these at the Dollar Tree. They're spring. And I was, yeah. Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, you did a video on that. I watched that. I remember seeing it. I seem to remember this. I've seen so many videos. So, but I do remember you going to Salem. And that is incredible. So my one table that I did, I missed so much. I want to do it again. But I've kept all my fairies out. And I made another piece to go with my dark academia. I do want to do some books though. I just used books that I had, but I definitely want to make something more of a book, make a book, but I want everyone to hear this. So Indy, if you are not following her, anybody's watching this later or now, please go check out her channel. The reason is she is like my kind of artist. I mean, if you like my stuff, you'll love her stuff. You will love her stuff. So yeah, the wing, oh my gosh. I am loving these wings more than ever. So part of the whole idea that I had about the fairy kind of being a bug, how bugs' arms will all be kind of closed in on, their little limbs curl up. This is dangerous. I may have to cut his limb. I may actually have to cut this arm off. This is why I always cut the arms off, because they're so hard to bend to a really good point without them looking bent instead of like they're supposed to be bent. They look weird. I used to try right there around that joint, and there goes the arm. so that I can, and then that way you can give them the really good bend, and then glue them back together. Now I'm not using my super hot glue, but it's going to go either in a jar. So see, if you're really macabre, I like that. Spell check got me again. You can make one of those frames with pins and the butterfly wings like they're. You need to go look, because no, I've done that. Okay, the Lord meant for me to have it. It's like one of my favorite things to say, because just keeping it sweet. But no, the things that the apparently meant for me to have was this very bizarre box for. It almost looks like a Riker box, but it's really big, and I had put dead bugs, leaves, like a flower pot, and all this kind of stuff in with it. So, and then my very first one of these that I ever made is in there as well as a specimen. But the other day I found one of these locusts. Everybody's getting those locusts, the black ones with the red on, those noisy ones. So God love them. I'm from the South. We love our noisy little cicadas, whatever y'all call them. We call them cicadas. So I found one of those. No, the actual bug, not the carcass, just the dead bug, and with the wings. And so I stuck that in there. And somewhere I found a little bitty frog that had died in its bones. It was a mummified frog, little bitty, and I set it up where I can't get to it right now. So I'm going to put that in there. So yeah, that's becoming my like Riker box that includes. That's macabre right there. That's some creepy stuff. I wish I had like a good snake skin and stuff like that. That would be fun to put in there. But I love that box. Something to do with this hand. Put it right there. So hang on. But yeah, Annie, we do these videos, where we're making stuff, and people think, because we do fast forward and all that kind of stuff, because nobody wants to sit here for an hour watching this video, but this is what it takes. And I think you and I are both kind of perfectionists, in that even though we're doing it to look really rough and really old, we will work our little tails off to make it look really rough and really old. Oh, I know my other advice. I have some good advice. Oh, thank you, air conditioner, for doing your job. I was painting something, and I was distressing it. And I think the difference between making something look distressed, because you're painting it to look distressed, it's not going to be the same as if it was actually distressed. It's really hard to do. And I'm painting, okay, so back to Annie. Keep talking to Annie right now. But I had done a live thing just showing some things I'm going to be doing, or I'm working on right now. Thank you, Debbie, for loving my dead fairs. 19 Scientific. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I love that tablescape. So on the sign that I did, it was already kind of weathered. It was already meant to look like an old-fashioned sign, all that kind of stuff. So when I repainted it, I wanted to keep that look, this old-fashioned sign. And in doing so, it was about not just throwing a couple coats of paint. I have so many coats of paint on it. I did so many different weird techniques to kind of achieve this look. I think I went, okay, you got this thing that looked like it just came from China look about it, but now I hope I made it look like more of an artist, put that extra time in to make it look really cool. I hope that worked. Because I put a lot of time. I'm still working on it as far as that goes. Yeah. I will work so hard on the craziest stuff, like this elbow, for example, because Lord knows it's got to be on there just perfectly positioned. But I'm kind of digging this hand kind of crossing over and touching the other hand. Hang on, hold me still. But I want it to kind of be like, you are not showing up, are you? That's little hands. This weird pose. Yeah. You are separating too. All right, hang on. Now, I'm going to let this baby dry because I'm messing with it way too much. Anyway, now, you saw how long it took just to do one wing? You know it's going to take a lot longer to do another wing. And this is kind of the whole thing with the dolls too. I will get onto a face, and I will go back and forth about what I want that face. And what's to me is like, this is where you need some therapy, Geri. I have 100 dolls that need a face, and I am focused on one doll's face, and it's got to be perfect. And it's like, Can you not try? And I know you don't look at it, you wouldn't think you thought this was perfect. I know at some point I go, you are done. This is it. It's called overwork. But I do have to factor all that in. All right, so then I'll paint that elbow to look better. Yeah, so this one's going to need some painting. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. What did you just do? Oh, Andy, nobody's ever done that for me before. Oh, my goodness. That is so... It takes a lot of work. I appreciate that so much. No one's ever done that for me. That is precious. Thank you so much. So, now, Andy, I would like to have you as a guest sometime. I would like to just sit and chat. Anybody who wants to participate with me, just send me a message that says I'm in, you know, and just like to hang out and work on it. Like if you're working in your studio, let's just get together and just sit in our studios and just have some, you know, company. So one of the things, you know, I had been working on is Gage from Pet Cemetery. You are not in good lighting, dude, where I have you now. No, you're not. And he is getting a shrinky body because we're making his little body smaller. I kind of quit like halfway through this. And I was like, oh, I should shorten his arm. And I don't even know what that is. But I'm kind of enjoying playing with dolls again. People have no idea. All right, tell me how much it does. Okay, it takes a lot of crafting. And I talked about this before, that I am not following any rules. And I don't think you are either. I think you are just saying, hey, I saw this thing, and I want my thing to look like that thing, but then I want to put myself into it. I want it to look like I did it, like it's my thing. And then that is when you start adding all the, what I always say, kick it up a notch. Put a little extra spice in it. But that's the stuff that really starts to take your time when you really want to make something your own. But I've always loved that dark. I didn't realize how much I love dark academia until I started seeing your stuff, and it's amazing. And I think I'm definitely working towards something a little more creepy in my house. I would like to have one room that was just that, you know. I love it. Hey, my studio. I could start here, but no, my studio is too. I've got form fast to follow function in this room. So one thing about trying to redo a little arm and leg is keeping your proportions right. So I'm just gonna, next time I do this, I will do it correctly with wire instead of string. I'm gonna go back and redo his other limbs. What I want to, I think it is. So as I'm looking at all these people doing these crafting things, I'm inspired and I love it. And I get a lot of fun ideas from that. But then I will immediately look at it and I picture the same way. You'll go, yeah, but I could do this. I could make it look like this. So I was getting a little bit worried about, you know, nobody's going to like me, my participating in their crafting things. Does that look like a baby's proportion? Like a toddler now? That is so weird looking at this on the thing versus what I'm looking at in real life. Yeah, I think that's more toddler. Let me get my toddler. I'm about to have a collapse over here with the skeleton and my other doll I'm going to draw on, and then the head. It's just sitting here. So it's actually smaller. Look. Oh no, I think it's going to be about the same size. Wow, that's pretty good for eyeballing. Look at that. That's a pretty close one. Oh yeah, if you didn't see this face before, anybody, Andy, stop it! You're just so funny. Hi, the lighting. Give me a light, man. Oh, if I move that, I'm gonna regret that. I'm gonna find a way to light these guys with a flashlight. Or I could turn my other light on, but it's not a pretty sight. It reflects in my glasses too much. So I can't. Oh, I did a little bit more work on his face, believe it or not. He's actually ready to pull his eyes off. I cannot get his eyes out. And that was one of the things, because he's the kind, I could take him apart, but if you've ever worked, I know, with these solid head ones, forget it. They're too hard. I did paint his eyes brown, and they turned out really good. And so I think I can just paint this one's eyes brown and be done. And I'd pop his eyes out, because that is a monster. All right, did you dry? We got you in position now, a little bit. Yeah, so that is looking so sad. Wow, the before and after of those wings. That's some fun stuff. Yeah, okay, so Annie, there's a guy who does the wings. Just look up how to make these wings. And he uses plastic something, but this is just the plastic wrap for, it's like a window kit for, this is shrink wrap basically, but you put it on your windows and it comes with double stick tape, which is amazing if you do any reframing. This is that stuff I'm talking about. So this is really good. Anyway, so I'm going to do a little bit more with him when I'm not kind of have an idea where this is going. It was because I know he's going to take me some time. And I overdid the back of his head. Not that this is going to show. I will still do it right before I get him in. So one of the things I'm hating that I'm missing, we're talking about these little competitions and stuff. I'm going 4 different looks in my house. Imagine. Let me think. So since I collected Santas for years, I have a lot of Santas. So they stay out year round. So to go from like Santas and go into my office now, I'm going to pull out my dolls, my little Gothic dolls again, and put them up. It's a scary trip through my house. So these are I have a weird styrofoam ball lot. This is a styrofoam ball that I was making into Jack Skellington. And so I have all of these weird pieces of styrofoam. And one of the challenges is due tomorrow, and I didn't do it. I didn't have time. And these are my, guess what these are? They're little Death Stars. Yeah, that was for a wedding. They are doing pumpkins, and so what I wanted to do was, I had my carving tool out and everything. I had this really fun paper mache, and I said it doesn't matter what this is like, it just makes some good sounds. But I want to make these little jack-o'-lanterns, and so I'm not going to be able to get them done because I have drying time to incorporate into all this. But let me tell you what, this was not on my things to do, but I was just going to talk about it in a minute. I have been wanting to make these paper mache, and you can use like paper clay and stuff like that you can build with. But I have this really old paper craft material that it comes in like a brick. Has anybody's ever used it? It's like in a brick, or you can get different sizes. And you add water, and it's almost I need stuff. Yeah, hang on. I'll be back. All right, so I was a gourd artist for years, and I did these Santas, and they stopped making the material that I did the beards with. I don't know why. I cannot find it anymore. So I bought a new product, and it's just, look, it just falls right off. Where the other stuff, it was a wall texture, and it stuck. But this stuff right here, this rough, that is a paper mache product. Has anyone ever used that? No, oh, wait a second. Did I hear about that? No, I don't think it's on my list of things to do. But the Harry Potter. Oh no. Oh my God. Wow. Let me check it out. That sounds really good. Friday's so far away. I could probably pull that off. I have to check into that. But anyway, I love this product. You can do a lot of stuff with it. And it's like it comes in a big brick, and you wet it, and you do all this stuff, and then you can do all these fun things. But what my idea was to take my styrofoam and just shape it into a jack-o'-lantern. I'm sorry, a pumpkin, and then come back and do my paper mache on top of it. But I notice a lot of people will buy. Let's see what's going on. All right, have I missed something good? We already did all of that doll head. Oh, actually, a really cool doll head. Where is she? This is my creepy clown, but it's not the creepy clown for the creepy clown competition. It's just a creepy clown that I have. She is not done. Her eyes aren't done. I mean, she's like weird looking. Yeah. But what did I find recently that oh my gosh, what did I see? I really got. This is why I loved it. I want to do things like this because if I'm out in the studio and I cannot believe it has not rained, we were supposed to get really bad weather. I think it's kind of fun to gets me moving in the right direction with a lot of my stuff. I'm not getting anything done, but there's that. Okay, so now I'm going 4 different looks of my house. go down. Did you anything with that copper lamp? Yeah. Oh, you and me. Oh, yes. You mean yes. It amazing. You would not believe. Oh my goodness, y'all. The things that I'm so glad I'm Confessions of a Crafter. This is a really good point. Thank you for bringing that up. You see the faux paper mache I did last week. No, but I will get on that. Andy, and I can get the word Andy, I will get on that. I will definitely watch it. I have had to take a break because I have been so busy physically doing stuff that I think, well, I'm gonna go. Okay, now I'm gonna go rest and watch some videos, and yeah, that time is taken up by something else. All right, getting back to my lamp, that sweet little lamp. I started just kind of cleaning it up. I am in Ruston, Louisiana. That's northern Louisiana. We're at the top of the boot. And I just looked. Y'all saw me poking on that. It had a pin in it. I didn't find it the hard way, thank goodness. But, and so is my well, Debbie Faircloth is where from, oh my gosh, I don't even know if we want to say, but she is from about Midway. She's not too far from me, actually. So on the, yeah, Debbie, we're talking about doing like videos of cool things we have, like the tour of our homes. I think you should get in on that one because you've got some cool stuff. My little lamp, I'm going to get back to. I was going to paint it, and I ended up starting to clean it. And when I started cleaning it, it was brass. It was a little brass lamp that they had just tarnished, with which looked like copper. That was what was weird. It's like they took a brass. But I wouldn't even call it oil rub bronze. It was the greeny color, more that copper would, to me, copper would turn kind of that color. But anyway, it was just this oil rub bronzy kind of stuff. But whenever I started sanding on it, it was actually copper. I'm sorry, brass. It was actually a little brass lamp. And it's so cute. We cleaned it up. That's all we did. We didn't do anything but clean it up and scrape off a bunch of that finish. And it is the cutest thing. I'm going to put that video. So in the storm, we did not get anything. In fact, we had people here, a lot of people local. And I was watching somebody's cats. They came and lived with me during the evacuation. So we did good. Thank goodness. Thank you, Lord, for that. Okay, but now, I'm so happy with that lamp. It is the cutest little lamp. I always liked it. It's just a cute little lamp anyway. And I don't know where that lamp came from. I kind of looked for it online. I never saw one like it. But we have a couple of lamp artisans that here in Ruston. One is, they had since moved. It's Ross. His name, my son, Ross Lindblatt, did some beautiful lamps. And the other one is Heart Designs. And they've done a lot. Now that, to me, if anything, I would have thought that would be a Ross Lindblatt just because I could see him using the tarnished stuff like that. I don't know, but I really think that is so just, but no, that is so handcrafted looking and it's just adorable. So that, I can't wait to put that, it's going to be in a video. It's coming up. And it's hopefully this month. Boy, I hope I get that thing I'll put together. And then I had this sign that I bought, and I was gonna paint it, and I was doing also sanding on it, but they had originally had done it in the crackle finish, and then this is made in China, but then they painted over it. And as I sanded it down, I went, all this crackle finish was starting to come out. And I said, I really like this. And I came up with the cutest idea. And ended up not having to paint it. I just sanded off a color, and I just liked it the way it was, like that. So I did that one as a totally different plan. Started out to be one thing, ended up being something else. Though, yeah, the base was brass, yes. Oh, it is. It's just as cute as it can be. It is so sweet. So my idea was to paint it maybe and then like dry brush some gold on it. I had this gold leaf. This is my old gold leaf. This is the one I completely wore out, but I love this stuff. If you don't own some of this stuff, don't ever buy. Well, I buy this for what I'm doing now because it's like not important, but this is the best stuff to have and cherish it because it's so sweet. Now it's beautiful, but it will tarnish. That's the weird thing. It's got brass in it and or copper or something, whatever it is, and it will tarnish. Kind of weird, but you seal it so it won't tarnish. So, dry prong. I've gotten over the embarrassment. Now, I didn't know if she was in the area where you live. She's in that area. But yeah, we love our dry prong. We have some good names in Louisiana. That being one of them, for sure. Giant Prom, Louisiana. But my lamp came out real cute. That sign just, in fact, there's a picture of me on one of my videos where I'm holding up the sign. This is batter up. It was that sign. And I fixed it. It came, like I said, I was like, wow, that's not what I had planned. And then I had a very heavy candlestick. And I was going to put a skull on top of it and like spray paint it black and do all this kind of stuff. And I was looking at it, I said, this seems kind of nice. This is kind of a really pretty, is so heavy. So I just started messing with it and started sanding on it. It was silver plate. It was just so old and nasty. And it had not tarnished like silver plate typically does. And when I started sanding on it, it was so old and worn out. I literally sanded the silver plate down to the brass. And so it goes from this area where it had the least amount of tarnish, so it was silver, and it like gradually goes down to brass. And so I'll have a picture of that too, or I'll have that in the video too. It is a shock, not what I had planned, but no way I was gonna spray paint it after that. I gotta find another candle. But I did get that kind of creepy candle that's kind of already painted. I may do that. Okay, I've been sitting here playing once again. So people will go buy the Dollar Tree pumpkins, and which is great. I mean, I'm not, and it's so easy. But you can make your own pumpkin. Look at that. Okay, this one's really wonky because that was one of the eyes. But it's a pumpkin. Pumpkins get kind of wonky. But yeah, so I just cut it to like 8 things and just sat there and shaped it. And yes, my table's covered with glitter. It looks like glitter down here. Oh, it is glitter. It is glitter from this. So yeah, and then come back with that paper mache, kind of fill that in, and then carve me a little face out of that stuff. When I fill that in with paper mache, I can fill that up. So that's kind of a fun thing to do. But that's not what I set out to do today. I'm going to play dolls. I need to play some dolls as soon as I clean up my mess. So, we still have Annie on here. I just want a real quick question for Annie. If you're at work, there's the storm coming in. You're thundering. Is your work area a mess, or do you keep it pretty clean and organized? I need the truth. I don't want to know if your nails look good. That's 2 questions. Because those are the hardest things for me to do. Now, so my little guy here. This guy I was kind of playing with the other day. I love this particular sculpt, and one thing I haven't really talked about was the toes, and why I do the toes. And on these, obviously, anytime I get a doll that has feet, I do love to do their feet because that's just so sweet. Turning me off. I'm not gluing anymore. Come on, get out of it. I gotta put some hooks down. I gotta rethink my work area here. I need some hooks for stuff. But I've totally lost my stuff. So as I was cleaning off my desk, I just hid everything from myself. I don't want to work with. I had a charcoal pencil. I promise you. I had one right here and handy. One of the things, and I'm with the box. I do use charcoal pencils, and if a disaster, and yes, I repaint my nails every. Oh my gosh, so much. I can't get it out. I mean, well, now I definitely have to work with this. So this is a product. I'm not product placement by any means, but I buy these pencils. And I really like these charcoal pencils. They're all charcoal. There's no wood. And I have this incredible pencil sharpener that makes, and spend your money wisely. This is a good place to spend your money. And then on these really, really good pencil sharpeners. You really want that. I always tell my kids that will never be haunted by poltergeists because I'm already yes, they did. Yes, yes. I love it. That is my house that's why they don't like me painting in the kitchen, because I will make a mess in that kitchen. And it's like, people have to eat in here, Geri. Quit doing that. Gosh. I'm going to do this upside down for y'all to see it. So anyway, just white feet. But these pencils, and this is I do get the soft. You have to have soft because you want it to do some stuff. It's got some freckles on his feet. planned for. Now he's been painted, and I have actually not put Mr. Super Clear on this particular one because, oh, don't you love the white balance? Hang on a second. You're going to blind everybody, aren't you? There it goes. That better a little bit. Not for me. I do have to be backlit because I can see what I'm doing behind me. On this particular time that I did these, I was using a different type. I did this like 2 or 3 years ago. This one, and he's got a different paint, and it was just a really good paint. I mean, it was a tube paint, and I always tell my kid, okay, that one, let's see, a hot mess. Oh, yours. You know, the biggest problem I think has really gotten me was doing the eBay and buying the stuff, you know, the antiques and stuff for that. Well, then I got into the whole doing the tables. That I love doing. I love setting tables. I've always done it. But man, when I started looking for stuff, like really cool pieces for table settings, I was shocked at all the stuff that I found. And then it's taken over my house, which is why I'm celebrating No Shopping September. I give it a break. So when I do my feet, I know these are the weird things that I do because nobody is going to look, are they? I think the only people who ever look at the toes are the people who maybe buy them and go, oh, look, it's got toes. But when I draw their little toes, because I knew I lose a lot of the details, I put like every single... Whoop, can't see where I am. Little, like, so that his toes are kind of like they're curled up. So you got to kind of go back to your days of just being drawing a foot. I think sometimes when you do stuff like we do, that people go, well, you know, you're really not an artist, or what. I'm like, I'm drawing, aren't I? That's an artist. Hard to draw. Kind of. But I love making these little feet. Feet are fun. I like doing the feet more than I like doing the hands. I gotta get some stuff on here. You see? That looks like a little baby foot, right? Let me get close to the camera. But what makes it work is coming back with the brush that I just did for myself. Put up stuff. Why did you put it away? Yeah. And so this is another one of my really old, sad paintbrushes. Don't ever throw a paintbrush away. There is this picture that somebody did where, oh, hey, Deborah Gabas is here. Hi, girl, how are you? Oh, you have been so busy. That's another one. She's so busy. Hey, she is shopping and she's making videos and, oh my God, decorating. Constant got something going. Is to come back and do the shading and soften up that little foot, and that to me, and I think, and that's it. That's all you do. Oh, it's so much more. I would like to think that's all I did. It's just something that simple, but then I get obsessed. And that's the problem. Need some help on that one. And I always this is just like regular chalk that's layers and layers. So it's like, in my world, it can't just be a drawing. It has to be layers. It has to be like a real drawing. You know, I have to have the darks and the midtones and the lights and the highlights. What takes so much time. You know what? I am like holding my breath. I have some things because I've been working on, so they're sneaking out, but I am trying. I just want to just try to keep my act together a little bit longer. But I have Christmas stuff up. You know, I want to have my Halloween out. But I have been trying to be good. But I think this weekend I'm going to be pulling some stuff out. For sure, because it's time. I cannot wait. I got too many cuties that just need to be part of my life. I got my dolls, and you paint the dolls. All right, so do you paint the dolls while white? Oh, that is wild to my eyes. I start by painting them with different kinds of primers that I've used. I'm using 123, but what was the brand of that one? It's turned. It's kind of like 123, and it's white. But before that, I was using a clear, and I like the clear. It's a real popular one. It's very flat, and it's got like a little bit of a tooth to it. And I like, you know what the name? It's right there, and it's turned the wrong way. and I liked it, except it was clear. And so in order to come back over that, I was having to paint layer and layer and layer of paint. And at the time, I was using the good paint, like in the tubes. So whenever you wanted to go, we noticed you're going through like a lot of paint because it was taking so many coats. So I said, I'm going to switch to this new product, try this one out. And I do like it. I've used it on some of my dolls. He's just one of my older ones that still has the, I think he had the clear, and he has the good paint on him. Now, I'm not saying, no, craft paint's fine. It's not, I don't think it's so much about the paint you use. I think it's about the sealer, I mean, the primer and the sealers that you use, if it's going to stick or not. And so over the years, I've kind of gotten it down to, which I really thought I had in here, my 1, 2, though. Oh, I keep hiding my stuff from myself. I think it's sitting in I think it's in the other room, in the actual barn. But with my, I'm going to, oh, I hate it when I do that. I messed up. I just kind of jerked my hand. Oh, yes, and I will fix it. That's what I do. Let's see. No, I do paint the ball. What's this going on? Yeah, I'm starting. Yeah, for sure starting on the weekend. One of the things, I have to make a decision. I've got maybe I'll do my backyard creepy. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know if I want to make my front yard creepy because I had no kids come by my house when it was creepy. I am so sad. But it was a bad year. It was the year. But I have a really great creepy thing that hangs up. And I took this thing, okay, so and here we go. This is what you would do. I got this thing. I got it rolling heels. And it was it's one of his eyes light up, and it's got the creepy cloth on it and all that kind of stuff. So I took that and I added more cloth to it. I added a wig. Did I put a wig on it? Or just had hair anyway? But I put a hat on it, made it a witch, and I made it into something else. Oh yeah, that prep work on that. I can't stand my. Just got. Oh, but thank you but hey, Deborah, thank you, sister, for stopping by and seeing me. I appreciate it. And tell them I said hello. So yay. Yes, okay, we're talking about the project. This is the good paint. I mean, this is metallic. This is not bad paint. But I'm going to say working with a really good paint that comes in the tube, it's just, it has more pigment per medium. And you don't do as many coats. So you may use whatever. But what happens when you use I should say this because I don't think people know this. My house is the trick or treat. Oh, yeah. See, I know. I live in a neighborhood where we don't have enough little kids. We have no kids. I mean, we do. We have of our neighborhood, 2 families have kids. Our neighbors across, but they're older now. I don't know if they still trick or treat. Yeah, they probably do. So let's say 3. And we have a bunch of houses. A bunch of old people live out here. So this paint right here, like I said, was just an acrylic out of the tube, and I don't remember what brand it was, but because there's so much pigment per medium, and that means, it's really thick and dense, I only had to put a coat, maybe 2 in some areas, touch it up. But because I only had to put the 1 coat, you see the details. And if on something like this, the more you paint it, obviously you're going to fill in all these tiny little grooves, and you're going to lose more layers of paint. It's going to get too thick. Oh my goodness. Annie's asking, where did you get the dolls? I get my dolls. The majority of my dolls have actually come from shopgoodwill.com because they are crazy. They will sell a big old bunch of dolls, like 20 dolls for $20 or something like that. It's ridiculous. So check it out. But no, a lot of them thrifting. But even thrifting, you pay $3 or $4 a doll. And so yeah, that was holding you in some bizarre position. That's a thing. But I have some nice dolls, big pretty dolls that I really want to paint. But they're really nice. And then it's I had to, you're kind of this is a mass-produced doll. Nobody cares, right? They don't care if I paint it because I will make a mass-produced doll of one of a kind, even though it's really pretty. All right, so I'm sorry, they just took me forever. I'm trying to get to the knee, but that's the top of the foot. I'm going to like knock some of this around to gray it up. And sometimes I will get, first I'm doing this little kind of demonstration thing-ish thing. See how there's a lot of work goes into it. That's why. And then it's really gray. Let me see if I can show you. It's too many. Whoa, Geri can't hold the doll, right? To save her life. So you see how it's really dirty looking? Not that that's not the look I want, but I want to kind of come back and get some highlights back. That's why I use my little eraser. And I come back, I'm going to pull out some highlights so you can see what the difference that makes. Can you see these two toes that I just did? See how they're kind of popping out, looking a bit more three-dimensional. It's just the little things. Let me get this right. You got a three-dimensional doll that you're making one-dimensional, and then you're making it three-dimensional again. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, I love the ones that have some dolls. Oh, you can see I didn't do a great job painting. It's kind of streaky. But that's all part of them being dead. It's like streaky. I love the little feet that have little dimples on their toes and their little fat hands that have dimples. And he doesn't, but typically they will have like a dimple. I forgot where the dimples are. Are they in between the toes or on the toes? I better not do it. I forgot where they are. But I love it because you shade those in. And I like to take things like this, and I've just got my chalk, my stick, and I can get all over my hand. And then you can just kind of hit some areas like right here, and you can make the arch show up. No, my contrast is so bad right there. I do like that to kind of pop around. So when you're looking at it from the side, I mean, are y'all getting all this? Is this kind of, I don't know what you're seeing, if it's blurry. But now he has more of an arch to his little instead, and that means something to me, that he has an arch. Cute toesies. Oh, you guys are cute piggies. Oh, yes, you totally need to do some of these dolls. Please do. See, I love doing them. And right now, I'm actually doing a lot of talking, and doing all this kind of fun stuff. But when I'm in here and I'm working on my dolls, I am quiet, and I am just contemplating and thinking, and it's very soothing. But there was a study done on why they get, I'm sorry, I got the squeakiest chair, guys. I know y'all are hearing the squeak, aren't you? But it was a study done on Alzheimer's patients and baby dolls and why they do so good with the patients as far as being, very cathartic, is that it makes you create, I'm going to get the wrong one. I think it's a serotonin, not serotonin. One of those endorphins. It's the ones that mamas have. For their baby with dolls, it's actually very therapeutic. So there, it's the little happy face or sad faces. Some kind of don't always have happy faces. And yeah, it's your little company, somebody to hang out with. I know, me and my Santas, and then that, and just. And speaking of Santa, I can't really pull one out. I should do a Santa face. I'm going to do that one of these days. Hopefully not in December. Get it done. Because I love to do the Santas and not the creepy ones. I like to actually make them look really good. And I haven't done one in a while. Looks good on my end, just watching and crocheting. Oh, that is so awesome. I went to oh my goodness. I went to your Etsy shop. Girl, they made the babies. I cannot believe I actually have those babies. And they're naked. They need some clothes. So we're going to be talking next month when I can order stuff, because that's some cute stuff. She makes the sweetest little baby clothes. And then for the Barbie babies. That's some tiny stuff, guys. And then there's the lady who has the handmade dolls. That was a whole nother thing. What am I doing? Oh, knees. Let me work on up to the knees on this one. So you kind of see how that's, I'm going to do the ankle. Now the ankles, you can draw them, but what I will tend to do first is to see, and by the time I get through, yeah, their bodies are nasty. You don't want to know. That's why I sew their clothes up. So you won't see how dirty I got their little bodies, because my hands are dirty. I like to kind of shade their ankles to make them kind of stand out first. And then sometimes I may come back, and because I may want a better definition. You see that little ankle is shaded? It pops it out. It wasn't there before, and now it is. It's an ankle. And I like to put a line where the Achilles is. So if I just put a little bit of a line right here, I can come back. Now this right here, by the way, is all worn off, but I'm pretty sure that's a soft. Just by the way it went down. Nope, I think it's a medium. I can't get it to all scrub away. I'll get rid of some of that line. I just wanted the shading, not the line. All right. So then that Achilles part of that is starting to really pop out. And then I'll take my nasty little hands, I'll go around this part of the foot and make that, make that break. And sometimes take, and I'm liking this as to do this with. Let me see something. I broke my little emery board, but emery boards are awesome for this. I make my own like powder right here. I just kind of do that, and then I make my own little powder to kind of pounce. You can so dirty, Jenny. We're about to get a storm. Is that? I hear it. And then I make that little break right there, so that makes that distinction. I think the inside ankle is probably the hardest to really pick out. But yeah, kneaded erasers, gots to have. Now, depending on your doll, and I can add all the color I want. I mean, I have a color that I like to add. It's a rusty, orangey color. And that's pretty much the only colors I will add to my dolls because I want them to be as black and white as possible. But on the inside ankle, what's going on? That's what I'm doing, watching and crocheting Christmas stuff. Oh, I didn't know. Did I know you crocheted? I don't think I knew you crocheted. That is great. Speaking of Christmas, you're going to have an awesome tree this year. I can't wait to see that. Next time I go down to see my son, I got to come see ya. She lives on the way to my son's house in Pineville. All right, so I said the inside ankles are always a little bit harder to draw for me because there's nothing that to even fathom going by. Hang on, give me a minute. I'm going to clean it up, and it should show up a little bit better now. Yeah. So I have a question for, Edwin's been quiet. Are you still with us? About when I ask us money, we can actually make money on these dolls because I need money. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to figure out what to charge, but I do spend a lot of time on them. And even though I may spend a lot more time on one than another, a lot of times I don't have a choice but just sell them the same anyway. But yeah, that's kind of helping that ankle pop out more. I just like for them to have really good feet. It's just weird. And dirty little feet. You gotta have some dirt on my feet too. Do a little more scuff on there. I mean, I will get into this. Like I'll do a heel. I'll do the, just can't give it up. Can't leave it alone, can you? But I've seen a lot of people do these dolls, and you do want to kind of do your own thing. I think those dolls are looking awesome. Thank you. Still here. So, now Silas did not have feet. He has those weird feet, so he didn't have bare feet. He would have been so cute with bare feet. What did that? No, maybe not. Maybe that was what was so cool. And I had to find those shoes. He's a scarecrow. He needs to have boots on, so that worked out. So he didn't get the foot done. He had some boring feet. I'm sorry. Got cute shoes though. I worked hard on those shoes. Those are one of a kind shoes. One of a kind. Yeah. So I thought I would enjoy doing the dolls like, okay, well, I'll get all my face, I'll get all my hands, I'll just say, I cannot work that way. I just have, right now, I have some on eBay. Funny thing about eBay and Etsy, I had them on Etsy, and a lot of people were putting them, was there that many though? I don't know. I think there's a lot more now, but a lot of people had them, you could find them on Etsy. And they weren't selling. But at the time, people were posting on both. And so I had done that. And they were selling on eBay. So finally, I just said, well, I'm just going to keep them on eBay. Because I had to make a choice. I couldn't do both. And I've had better luck with them on there. So, but right now, I only have like 4 and a clown left. And I did contact that lady if she's ever because she had wanted to buy the clown. She said she just couldn't do it right now, and she never got back with me. So Waldo is still up for grabs. And they need to find him a home. I love him though. He's got the sweetest face. He's not scary. He's not scary enough. His clothes, I really went over the top with his clothes because I think his face was too cute. So I made him really nasty. And make it from there. Let's see. Yet the birds would nip at this. Oh, they would. So I have a picture that I drew a long time ago of a scarecrow, and I was like, it was in an art class. It's in art, yeah. And I was telling the story. This was a younger group of kids I was working with. And we were talking about being an illustrator, and I just started drawing a scarecrow. And I started just telling a story about how the scarecrow had given his glove to a mouse to live in, and how, and well, basically what's happened is, and it's just a long story, and I was like, I wish I really knew that story, because I could have wrote that story. It was so sweet. But the scarecrow, so he lost his hand, basically, because he gave it, to his glove away. And then his stick breaks and he's on the ground in the story because he's been left out. The farmer kind of forgot about him and left him out, and he fell off. The stick just collapsed. And so he's just so sad. He's just kind of collapsed on the ground. He's sitting there. But then the crow brings him sticks to build a hand. So in the picture, he's actually got this hand that they're building. And so I'm telling a story I'm making up as I draw a picture. And I never finished the drawing because I ran out of time, obviously. And it was funny because it went on during the day. Every time I had different students all day. And so by the end of the day, I told the story. So nobody knew the entire story. They just knew the part from when they were in the class. I kind of summarize it, and then I would start telling the story from that point on. But it was just, they really were just so all around the table. So I love this picture because of that moment. Just having the kids kind of huddled around me watching me draw. And if anything, I hope that they get from that when they're working on something like this or drawing and being very, their little creative minds, that story, that they're creating a story in their head about what they're drawing. And I can sometimes do that for my dolls. I can come up with some pretty good stories. And if I wrote down some of them, they'd be even creepier. But yeah, I'm really working on that back of that knee. So brush. Yeah, so I got that knee going. He's got a big, serious back of his knee. Oh, and his calf. His calf's kind of long. Maybe a little bit too long. Maybe. Give me that brush. But yeah, you have the birds with damages, but I don't like this. It's just, yeah. I wonder if I have. I think he may be handy. I may be able to get him out. But he needs finishing. So talking about people you like to follow, and I, love watching. You know what's funny? It is you're on. I'm pretty sure I have your I've got notifications for you set up. That's why I catch you live sometimes. It's just I'm not on. I'm not on enough. And I miss everything. It's all like that. Wait, did I do the wrong? No, it's the same way. What is going on? Is anybody keeping an eye on it? See how long it's taken me to make this leg. You look forward to seeing the lamp. Got to go. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be putting that video together soon. We got to do a little trip to the lake, and that is such a good chance for me to just kind of sit and work on videos and look out over, which is not a lake right now because they drained it. Long story. But anyway, yes, I do need to get that up. And then there's part of the knee, and that knee can get anywhere between more and more detail, and just kind of depends. I'm going to go ahead and just give a little bit more detail. And, brag about my pencil when I lose it. I'm going to give him a little bit more dimples right here. That knee a little bit more. Oh, wait, what? I haven't been live since July. Oh, I'm sorry, but you know what? That was so beautiful. Your mother, talking about a story, that needs to be a movie. That needs to be what is a good, I won't say Lifetime movie because that's not a good History Channel movie. Your mother's story is amazing, and you come from some good stock, honey. That is amazing. And if y'all have not had a chance to see that, I gotta go find that link and put it in the description, because I could not believe I stumbled upon that day, and I really enjoyed that video. And that was she was having a premiere that day, and that was a very good story. Yeah, that is. Was your mother sick, or did she get like died like long? I don't remember the circumstances of her death, but was she COVID, or was she just cancer or something? Because I don't remember that part. I was so overwhelmed with just her life. It's not about her death. It was about her life. Her life was amazing. And who can tell that story, you know? Who has that kind of a story? We complain so much. We have nothing to complain about. But that was, no, she had, she's just a hero. Just these are the women that young girls need to be looking up to. All right, I get obsessed. I gotta go back and work on that foot a little bit more. So that's a leg, and I do like to shade around the tops of the legs. I think it just gives them that little extra. Oh, you know what I forgot? Oh my goodness, I didn't draw the sides of your toes. I forgot the toes on the side. I do love them to have little wrinkles on the side for the toes. So the worst thing about when I start really working on my dolls, I will work and work. I will be out here all night. Let's see, is that showing up? See the little wrinkles? And, you know, a couple, maybe a little wrinkles on the foot coming up here. A couple of those. There you go. And then I don't have my color handy, but it's very close to, I'm going to say this one. It's kind of a gold color. Let me see what it looks like. I know, I'm just going for it. Oh no, it's not showing up. Oh, this one's a little bit more of a flesh tone, actually, like a brownie color. Yeah, just a little hint of color on the knees and on the toes. But I do like my other color better because it's a little bit redder and it looks a little blushier. So I'm getting rid of that one. But yeah, we don't want you to look too alive, but a little blush never hurt anybody. And he has, is that a mark on your hand? What is that? Oh, this is my painting skills right there. And the hands, he's got kind of long fingers. Like I said, this was supposed to be a girl, and it's got this weird leg. Looks like it's longer than the other. And so the hands are not very thick, but it's so hard to change hands. You saw what I went through to make that baby small. We got to think about 83. Hey, I think my mom's, is she 89? 80 something. Happy and, oh, hey, Buff Montana's on. Hello. Glad you joined us. Thank you so much. With your leg. So we've done some interesting stuff. We have a dead fairy around here somewhere. Half a dead fairy. But I will tell you a little bit about that for anybody joined late. And then I was just showing how I draw one of the legs on my dolls. And then I will hit this with, on this, you don't have to use the expensive stuff, the Mr. Super Clear. I have a pretty good quality flat that I can use on porcelain dolls. It's great, but it is kind of an art. It's not a cheap one. It's for, I don't know, where is it? Krylon has a pretty decent one. If you need a lower end one, you can use Krylon. You remind me of that kid from the Pet Cemetery. No, not this one, but this one is definitely. This is the one where the Pet Cemetery kid has got the sweet face. He's just looking really sweet, but you can't see because of that bad lighting. There he is. And then this is the one where he's making the ugly face. And he's got the snarl. So I've got, and this was, I don't do requests. I really cannot. It stresses me out, but this one didn't. This was like, I'm doing that. But, you know, anytime I do customs for people, I get really nervous. I don't want to be nervous. Now, we worked on this dead fairy, and I'm loving this dead fairy because Edwin, my lovely assistant, said, you need to rip up those wings. And I did, and I'm telling you, that's awesome. That is the best look ever. Yes, glad summer is over. You know, it is, okay, we're supposed to be kind of nice, but it was hot and muggy this morning. And I have got too many problems with my asthma as it is. Yeah, maybe I start on the other eye. Okay, this is the other thing I love about working on my dolls. I gotta get up to the speaker, the mics. I sit out here like it's quiet except for the air conditioner, and this is why I hear this. Squeak, 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 squeak. I really can't get into the faces. It's so squeaky. But you just like, I'm mesmerized by the squeakies. I do need to cover it. I need to cover your eyes. No. So I can clean these up. I draw my eyes. Oh, one thing that I do a lot of the times on my dolls. Mimi is horrible in the summer. Miami, Mimi, you're so horrible. No, Miami, I can't handle Florida. I can't even handle South Louisiana. It's ridiculous. I don't know how people breathe down there. Do you know what I want to do? And I don't want to give that away because I will probably do it. I want to do a Coraline that is a Monster High. That's definitely what I want to do. So I want to redo one of those. I'm waiting for somebody to make that challenge. That's an idea. Want to do a challenge? I'll do it then. So I overdraw my top eye. When I put my eyelashes on, I overshoot the actual eye just a little bit because in reality, your eyelash, your eyeball and your eyelash. Well, on these dolls that you buy, their eyelashes are. Let me see if I got some eyelashes. I know you're not showing up. Just kind of do. Sorry about the nudity here on this one girl. Oops. My head's on. When I say I have a head on a spike, that's what I mean. I have heads on spikes. And, you can't see them. But they end, of course, where her eyelashes, this whole curve. I like to kind of go a little bit past it. Maybe it makes her eyes a little bit bigger. And I also like to bend my eyelashes downward a little bit so that because that's how they would naturally grow. They're not like, I call these sunflower eyes, with the sticking up like that. So I like to do that. So I tend to overdraw my eyes a little bit when I draw them. And I always tell my students that they have to even drawing a portrait of somebody, try to draw the opposite hand first. So I'm right-handed, so I will draw the left eye first. So you can look at the other one while you're drawing instead of covering it up with your hand. I know, it's just a thing. I don't know. I'm looking at him. He's got such a sweet face. He can't be sad. He's got to have a happy face, or he could be evil. I don't know what to do with that face. Anyway, okay. Well, how are we going to do the face, folks? Look at that mouth, though. Look what a sweet smiling. Okay, butterfly are just not. It's over. Not till next spring. But I know you made some of these. I know that you got to shred them. But they're so easily made. I mean, look at some of these videos on how to make one. Certainly, it probably can do a better job. The ones I have seen, people actually did a better job on them and then than that. But this, no, it's just like a whole new personality. I love this. I love this wing. So I was comparing a jar. I was so proud of my jar that I found out in my studio that's just nasty and scarred up and everything. And then I have to put it in a shadow box because that wing is beautiful. And the other one's going to match. I love I'm doing like half of things today so you can see like the before and after effects. And then I got to go back and fix it because that's enough 2 or 3 more hours. Okay, what did we set on the face? You found butterflies. Yay! Oh, wow. Do it, girl. You do this. Okay, so here's my question. Annie, what are we going to do with these? I love these. The bodies. I love the bodies. They're just, but not for a body. It's almost like a nose for something. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't throw it away. It's still sitting here. So I need a vote on the face. Edwin, tell me how to draw his face. Happy, sad, evil, scared. No, he's smiling. He's smiling. Scared wouldn't work. And whether he has teeth. He's got pretty big bottom lips. I could actually draw teeth on him. I know the doll is. Somebody's in here. Let me see. What do I have this? She doesn't. I love those. Oh, let me show y'all this too while I'm at it. All the weird stuff. So one of the problems that I have with, if you decide to do this, evil, doing it evil. Nasty. Oh, I like your, yeah, I like your ideas. When you're doing these dolls, and you pop off their little plastic cheap head things like this, they come off and they break because they almost always break. But sometimes you can glue them back on. This is styrofoam, and right now it's just sitting on top of the head, and I will work it. I can like smush it, I can sand it, but I create new skull caps because all the skull caps I have lost because they break. When you're getting the wig off, they come off with the wig. They're glued to the wig. So this is a really good way to make a new skull cap. Of course, you can tell she needs shaping better, but yeah, that's just a thing. But on those, no, talk about the holes in the head. Yes, the night lights that people are making. I can't believe these actually light up. Some of these eyes will light up as well as they do. I had no idea. So Edwin wants sad. Okay, well, I will say that face, I love the young kid. I cannot remember what the Omen kid from the middle one looked like. And we were talking about that on my, going through my hoard of stuff. I said, what did he look like? I have no memory of that child, what he looked like. It's a teenager. You can use a doll head for a pin cushion. I know, those are so cute. I know. I love those pin cushions. So many cute ideas. I have hang on one second. It's one of my things I've got to work on. It's just too cute. Now this is actually a vintage doll head. I kind of like, wow, I can't believe. This is one of my favorite things. And I need to paint it, I know. But it's a very waxy plastic, and I'm worried about what kind of sealer to put in. This rubber. I mean, it's not going to do well with paint because you're going to squeeze it and it's going to break. So I'm maybe I'm just going to have to do put Mr. Super Clear and just chalk and do pastels on it. I know. I love it. So this is so adorable. Come on. These are the things I find. This is Annie. You know what I'm saying. The gun shop and like thrift store, you go, oh, I know what I can do with that. So this is like a lamp thing, a plant. I don't even know what. I guess it was a lamp. I'm going to take the head out so you can see. It's not attached. But look, it is attached. It's kind of gross, but I guess it holds a candle in here, like maybe a votive get it out of the way. The head won't come out. It's a baby, won't come out. Yeah, so it's one of these that holds, and this thing just broke off, but it's okay because I don't need it. Yeah, so I guess a little glass thing was in here at one time for a lantern, but I just this is a ponytail holder that came in a goodie bag at Rolling Hills. And it's so pretty. Look how pretty that thing is. Oh no, it's got to be its like collar. So that's what I do. And I do need to paint it because it's been living in my studio in this condition. And it really needs, I kind of want it to not be black and white. No, I think I want it a flesh, like alive looking, but dead. You know what I'm saying? Like more. So Plaid FX flexible acrylic. Okay, I have not tried that. So yes, I will have to try that. In fact, I need to try that. I'm trying to get, so I sent in the application to be a ambassador for Plaid. I was looking through my paints. I don't have much Plaid. I don't know where they were selling it at the time. I have a lot of everybody else but Plaid. So Plaid's going to send me some stuff so I can try it out. But, okay, face. We had sad. He's smiling, though, the smile. I like Keen's big eye. I do love the big eye kids. I do, yeah. Let me think about his eyes are so small. What can I do with that? Let me give this. I love those faces. And this particular doll, and I know I have a doll somewhere around head somewhere. Well, okay. I'll get her out right now. I just saw her foot sticking out. Hang on. All right. So this girl, I had not done her feet yet. Oh no, lighting. Oh, she's a good boy. Look at her light. Does that help? Sort of. position her. This is a Marie Osmond doll, but she's got these really big eyes. And I'd started on it. She is not painted first. I just did Mr. Super Clear on just straight porcelain. You know the story about Robert the doll in Key West? Oh, no. No. Oh, really? Apple Barrel is? I did not know that. I thought folk art might be plaid. And I know I have some. I saw some somewhere. Where did I see folk art? But, oh, good. Then I have everybody. We're good. I got all those brands. No, but I do want to know the story. I know. She's adorably scary. But big eyes. She definitely has a really big eyes, but she's not sad enough looking. Y'all should like see her in better light. She's got pink, kind of a pinkish colored eye. Get the girl some better lighting. No, nothing showing up. Nothing. I don't know, it's clamped. Let me tell you, that lamp over there is clamped on, and that clamp is so tight I can't get it off. Nope. So anyway, she's a really nice bunch of color. She's got lots of color, and she's got a lot of veins, and she's got a lot of stuff going on. But a lot of pink around, like really pink color that's around her eyes. It's that I got some ideas, for different ways of doing her, but get that really like bloodshotty pink going. So yeah, so she's like recently deceased, I guess. She's not so ghostly as she is just not with us. Slide you under here. What do you say? Yeah, I gotta do her feet. I'm not doing her. If I did her feet right now, I'd be done with her. What? Face. Gotta give her a face. Can I do a sad face on these lips? Still trying to decide teeth or no teeth. Let me, probably not going to do teeth. I've done some teeth so much lately, but let me try something really quick. So, what's the story about the doll? She reminds me of okay. Now, she did. That's why when you said that, I thought that big eyes for sure. Definitely. Oh my gosh, he may look too goofy if I do this. I was trying to give him like some little buck teeth, but that may be too much for him. Put him up higher so I'm actually doing something. So in trying to do my own videos of me doing stuff, that's some hard work. That's a whole nother level of commitment right there. Because I do find, I'd be so focused on what I was doing, I'd look up and go, oh, my camera just timed out on me. Not good. But I have a camera that's, it's a nice camera, but it is a problem camera. Because it has that feature where if you're not touching it, it'll turn itself off after 5 minutes. So try doing something 5 minutes at a time. I'm just like, I don't have time for that. Nobody's got time for that. I think he's gonna look so goofy now, but he's not. Oh, you can't see. Can y'all see his teeth? I gave him little buck teeth. Mom tried to burn him, throw him away, except. Wait, was this in a movie? Robert was gifted. Okay, the doll was gifted. Who had it shown? Oh, I think I know this. It's like really, really, really old. The story, right? I think I have heard of that story. And where did I even see like a video or something on it? A lot of people are saying dolls are haunted, and that kind of stuff. But how do you verify they're haunted? Is there a way to certify haunted? Everybody's like, don't like, so many people just don't like dolls in general, but it's like pretty much convinced they're all haunted anyway. All right, dude, we're gonna get this teeth showing. Come on. I can't do the teeth. I don't like the angle, so no teeth for you. Just keep them in your mouth. All right, a sad face out of a really sad, smiley face doll. Sad smile. We're going for it. It's gonna have to be like in the shading under the mouth for sure. I had to give him those little poochy things around his. Yeah, it's and this is where I get like in the zone, the dolls. Talks amongst yourself. I'm trying to make a sad face. Certain items are depending on the strong attachment to previous owners that had to the item. Yeah. I had a chair. I had a rocking chair. All right, so I lived in a house where the lady had died in the house. And it was an old house. And this is the first time the sister had inherited. It was the first time the house had ever been rented out. And in fact, the house was for sale. And the realtor who was trying to help me find a rental property said, I've got a house for sale and it's not been able to sell, that maybe, I'll contact her, see if she wants to rent it. So I was the first person to ever rent this house. And so it was a small house, had 2 bedrooms, but she was a hairdresser and did it in her garage. She converted her garage into a little hairdressing place. So in her other bedroom was like her crafting room, and she sewed, mostly she sewed. I think she quilted, stuff like that. Ah, there's the rain. It's raining. Hope y'all still coming through clear? Let me know. Let me see, I got a good thing. Output. So anyway, the house at night, weird things happened in that house. It was weird. It was kind of hard. But anyway, so when I was getting ready to leave and all, I'd been using some of the furniture in the house. And I really liked this rocking chair. And she said, you can have the rocking chair. So she let me have it, or I bought it, I don't know, cheap or whatever. But anyway, I ended up with a rocking chair. And I promise you, that rocking chair was something about it. I mean, you would sit in it and you would kind of feel like that was her rocking chair. She loved that chair. And I felt her in it. It was bizarre. But I mean, but no, I would get up and the door to that room would be open. And I know it could have been because the house was a little off, a little bit off balance, out of, what do you call it? It was, I haven't said, old house is warped. And it was probably something to do with that. But man, when you wake up to a door, you closed. It's wide open. You're like, something's going on over here. The foundation was a little bit warped. But it didn't feel that way in the morning. It felt like something had been in my house. But it was a weird house. I'm kind of trying to draw that face down some, and he looks like he's got to take care of some of that shading. Oh, look, Lore. That is where I saw it. Yep, I remember seeing that now. Lore was kind of interesting. It has some really good ones. I like that they did all the different ways of telling the stories too. That was kind of a good series. It's not. Can get sad. Come on, it's all in the eyebrows. I know. I'm gonna fill up his lips a little bit so it doesn't look like he's smiling. Just change the shape of his lips. So they're going. Now maybe I can make them look like they're going down. That would help. Tell the decisions. So many decisions. Oh, we have been at this for a couple of hours now. Yeah. Hit the 2-hour mark. Yay. Yeah, so there you have it. I've just been playing in my studio for 2 hours. Now, if I was worth anything, what would that mean? My hours I put into something. And I did that. What did I do? Talked about, I made this styrofoam. Yeah, so that took up some of my time. So I've got a good hour probably in him. I'd have to go back and watch. I cannot get this kid to frown. Not with the mouth. Gonna have to be those eyebrows. It's a little bit less smiley. See, it's just kind of straight now. All right, sad. Let me give you some really good line here. Shade that little puppy up. Like, why are y'all talking? Why two spaces not talking? So that's looking really dark from y'all standpoint. I'm not getting enough contrast in that. Hang on. We're going to fix it. Give you some highlights right here. Yeah, it's like you changed their whole thing. Just talk amongst yourselves. Let me get that eyebrow like I want it. I'm going to use a pencil on my eyebrow because it's so permanent. Nothing's more permanent than a pencil. Kind of had to get that sunken look, and then you come back with your eyebrow and give it the shape, like a sad shape. I think a lot of it has to do with, after that, is coming in with shading, like above the eyebrow right here. Give them that little temple. I mean, not temple, we call this part above your head. Like, well, that's your temple over here, but forehead shading. We're going dark, aren't we? I need to clean that up. Oh, gotta love a kneaded eraser. There you go. One half of his face is sad. Is he looking sad? Is he sad? Is it working? Look over your shoulder when you're walking home. What? I gotta go back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch. Oh, yeah. Bye, bye. Thanks so much. Thank you so much for coming in, and I love that you shot by. When I do the video, Julie, you'll see what I mean. Okay. Thank you. So bye. Like I said, I started a favorite place. Yes, let's do this. Oh, let's do this. Edwin, please do this. I can't wait. All right, everybody. Well, it's been great, and there's my sad face. So working on it. I hope it's working. Yeah, sad. Good. Thank you. All right, guys. Y'all have been great. I've enjoyed this time with you so much. Thank you for watching. And hey, God, everybody must hit that notification button because here you are. So we will see you the next time I pop up next week. Well, hey, I hope to do it more often because I need to be working in my studio more often. It's good to have some company. Thanks. Bye. See, oh, are you kidding me? You just joined? That were the German Shepherd dogs? No, you just joined. Okay, you're going to have to go back and watch like 2 hours, girl. But we're all signing off now, but I'll send pictures of the dolls when they're done. Bye. But thanks, Marta, thanks for joining us, even though we're leaving. Bye-bye.